Hi everyone, my name is Dr. Kirk Prine, and behind the camera is my beloved Donnie Lowbury, and we are hosting a number of healing events in the upcoming days, months, and even years. And we wanted to invite you into those events, but more than that, to invite you into just doing some of your own awareness work that can take you deeper and further on your journey. We live in some interesting times. I think the old phrase of the worst and the best of times is certainly bubbling up. But it's also bubbling up inside of us. One of the phrases that I created early on in our work way back in the 1980s is that your body never lies. So if your body never lies, what's it really telling you? So I have you muse with me just three really simple ideas that we work on, not just through our heads, but through the consciousness of our body. Early on in the AIDS epidemic, all of you will remember the work of Louise Hay came into the forefront, and she used to have people, and we used it in our healing circle that I ran, a song called "I Love Myself Just the Way I Am," and really that concept is, if we can love every cell, every part of us, every aspect of our being, it will change the stories that we have. And so much of that's not, again, just in our heads, but it's in our bodies. So changing that story, how do you love yourself? I know it's kind of a common buzz phrase, but do you love all parts of yourself? So I'll just leave you with some really simple ideas to play with. Loving yourself. The other one is I worked with early on too, Elizabeth Kubler Ross before she died, and most of you know her work from kind of the four stages of going through grief that someone, especially someone who's facing the possibility of death, is going through. And so she used to say, you go through these stages, but at any given moment or day or period of time, you may kind of fluctuate back and forth through those stages, but the final stage is acceptance. And I think for any change, through our bodies, through who we are, and what we want to become, it all starts with knowing where we're at and knowing that this is how it is for right this moment, and really loving that. So getting back to that first concept, loving yourself with all the ailments, the diseases, the stresses, the conflicts that are in your life, loving yourself for all the beauty and things that you've created that you just absolutely adore, loving all of that, as the mystic Rumi talks about. So having that love for yourself and being able to just accept every aspect of your being. The last one comes from a Hebrew phrase, and in the text it simply says, "Without a vision, the people perish." And we're living again in those kind of chaotic times, and we who are on a healing path probably maybe as much or more are what I call the sensitives. We're picking up the energy around us all the time. And so much of that we don't need to be carrying, but it can motivate us to not only heal ourselves, but to pray and send out energy for change in the world. And so the last component of healing is actually having a vision. So if you love yourself, and if you accept how you are and where you are at any given point, then you can begin to have a vision. How might it be better? What would that look like? So what would be the juiciest life that you could have? the most fulfilling life that you could have? Those are the three questions that I'm leaving you with, or three ideas that will be kind of the underpinnings of all of the work that Donnie and I will facilitate with you in workshops and classes and events in these next months and years. So thank you for listening. Hope this is good food for you. Namaste.